Hi, hello, and welcome. If you are new here, my name is Claudia, and today we're making Frankenstein's monsters crispy rice squares. So let's get into it. For this recipe, we're going to be using, of course, marshmallows. I like using the large marshmallows. Double check, because if you use the mini marshmallows, some of the bags, they use cornstarch, so the marshmallows won't stick together. So have a look for that. We need a stick of unsalted butter, some vanilla, and crispy rice cereal. I like using this one, and some chocolate chips. And for the chocolate chips, I like using the Enjoy Life chocolate chips, so that's what we're using. And to make these crispy rice little monsters, I'm gonna use some matcha. This is culinary grade matcha powder, and that's what's gonna make them green. So let's get into it. Bora cozinhar. Also, we're gonna need some little googly eyes, which I just bought at the grocery store. And this is the matcha we're gonna use from Soar Organics. I use the ceremonial grade for my matcha lattes. And for the crispy rice, I'm using this by Nature's Path. I'm also gonna use a 9-inch pan. This is like a brownie pan, so 9-inch, and some parchment paper to put in the bottom. So let's prep the parchment paper first, and then we'll get going on the melting the butter and the marshmallows. So to prep the parchment paper for the pan, I just like to make slits on the side, like so. There we have it. And this will just make it easier to then add the Rice Krispies in. So we're going to level up our Rice Krispies by browning our butter, which is very simple. I'm gonna use my brazier to make our Rice Krispies, and I'm just gonna add in the butter, and we're gonna brown the butter. Super simple. And that's gonna give it lots of flavor. We're gonna melt our butter, and we wanna go slow. And it's going to start getting little brown pieces, and that's what you're looking for. This is going to add lots of flavors. Okay, so now we're going to add the marshmallows. And you still wanna keep the stove on medium-low, and you're just gonna go slow. They're gonna start melting. You don't wanna speed up the process. Okay, so the marshmallow has all melted now. And it has like this brown color that it's picking up from the butter. Okay, so now I'm going to add in the matcha and the vanilla. So for the matcha, I'm adding in a heaping tablespoon of matcha. And we're going to do 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now we just want to make sure it's really well incorporated into the marshmallow. We don't have any clumps. And then we're going to add the crispy rice to it. Now that it's well incorporated, we can now transfer it to our brownie pan. I like using the parchment paper to help spread out the crispy rice. And here we have it. Now we're gonna have to let them cool for about half hour to an hour. I usually wait until they come to room temperature and then I put them in the fridge to further cool them before we can decorate our little Frankenstein's monsters. Our crispy rice squares have cooled and we're now ready to decorate them. I've gone ahead and melted the chocolate chips. So now let's cut our crispy rice squares. So putting them like this just makes it so much easier to get them out. And they really don't stick to the parchment paper. So now we want to cut them not too thick. So now that we have them, we want them to be rectangles like so. And now let's prep our chocolate. I've already gone ahead and melted the chocolate. And I'm going to take a Ziploc bag and you want to get it into the cup like so with the bottom in. And we're going to put our chocolate into our little piping bag. If you have a piping bag, that's great. You can also just use a Ziploc bag. Works perfectly. Let me just break them up a bit so it's going to be easier to decorate them. Now we're going to cut a little corner of our little piping bag. It doesn't have to be, just like to secure the chocolate in here and just cut a little piece off. And now we want to give our little Frankenstein monster some hair like so. And we also want to give him a mouth. For the little eyes, we're going to use a little bit of the chocolate and just tiny bit, and that's going to be the glue that's going to hold the little candy eyes. And the chocolate is what's going to help set the little eyes. And these are little candy eyes that you can completely eat. They're just made out of sugar, and you can get them usually in the grocery store in the baking aisle. You could also probably find them at Michael's. And I believe the package that I had said they were peanut free. Beep, 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 beep. They're so cute. So now all that's left is we take them, put them in the fridge for like maybe 15 minutes, just so that the chocolate sets, and that is all. So I'll check in back with you after it's finished. And here they are, our little Frankenstein's monsters. Very cute. And here we have our little Frankenstein's monsters using matcha instead of green dye. Personally, I don't like dye in my food just because when you eat, then your mouth turns all red or all blue, or in this case, all green. I prefer matcha. And I do have a 20% discount code, which I'm going to put in the description, for the Soar Organics matcha. And now comes the most difficult part of all, taste test. I did have them in the freezer so the chocolate could set, but you can just put them in the fridge. They're really good. The matcha taste is not overpowering. My partner doesn't like matcha and he really enjoyed these. So if you're making them for the kids, they won't even know a difference that matcha is being used. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope to see you again soon. Please subscribe, like, and share. It really helps me. And see you again soon. Thanks for watching.